Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Shawtee. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos, please consider subscribing to my Patreon or YouTube members. It really helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video about the month of April 2026. Now, Saturn has been directly aspecting Rohini Nakshatra roughly since March 20th. Now, Rohini is the ox card. It's the one that brings a harvest, and Saturn can limit this. Now, this is the one reason why we are now seeing a shortage of certain items, like fertilizer, for example, oil, because this is agriculture. It's dealing with farms, it's dealing with crops, how we transport these through long distances. Now, Saturn is also in Pisces. Pisces is loss. This is also the reason why, like I said, the oil shortages, which are affecting the automobile industry, entertainment, cosmetic industry, tourism, restaurants, packing, and distribution. Now, Rohini is the wheels of commerce, which is the karma of the markets. Watch them go up and down. This is a representation of civilization itself, of Brahma, the demiurge. This can affect stability, productivity, material security, relationships, and luxury living. Remember, we're going through the same transits as the global crash in 2007 and 2008, and Saturn will be retrograding back and forth, aspecting this nakshatra all year. Something to think about. I believe this is all a planned event and is being greatly exaggerated and to put individuals in fear. Saturn will transit Rohini Nakshatra, and right now it's just aspecting it by its third aspect, but it will transit in 2030. And I made an entire video about my predictions for 2030 on this channel, but this is essentially what we're seeing is a preview of what will happen then. So I believe it's a test. Mars is transiting Purva Bhadrapada until April 6th, which can create a lot of very diabolical events in the world, like criminal attacks or two-faced individuals, mass violence and deaths, especially in the last pada of Cancer Navamsha, and that is April 2nd until April 6th. Or you can use this nakshatra to destroy the enemies within instead, the unconscious thoughts. But remember, these world events are an agenda of the elite. Mars will then conjunct Saturn April 15th to 16th. This is where it's going to be exact, but Mars will enter Pisces in the beginning of April and start to conjunct by sign. But this is quite significant because on the 15th, 16th, that's when the moon will conjunct them as well. So that's when we can see the most events occur, but also around there, bringing some very aggressive acts in foreign places, including water and the oceans, and in the matters of war that impact oil. Items being shipped as well. It's going to impact this because it's aspecting Rohini, just like we talked about. And war acts, explosions, leaked oil into the ocean. It's going to impact trade as well because Mercury is here too, especially around the 19th and the 20th. There can be power outages and weather and storms. Many things can be ending, including there can be death this month, as many planets are in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, and then that could be a murder type death, and then Uttara Bhadrapada as well. Both are the front and the back of the funeral cot. Last time we had Mars-Saturn conjunction here was in March 23rd, 1996, and that was when there was mining disasters, also that polluted waters. Definitely be careful of accidents here on water and military weapons, because in March 1996 as well, America was trying to show face to Taiwan because Taiwan was executing some types of drills too close to the shoreline, and then the US went to stop them. So a lot of things revolve around the military here. The death of leaders, some will be arrested, some will go into isolation, some will step down, some will split in relationships. And that is from those split in relationships from those on the throne, in high places, and authority figures. I made an entire video about this now that Ketu is transiting Magha Nakshatra until October, and this can also be due to the current alignment with all the planets that are in between Rahu and Ketu, creating a call sharp yoga. These hardships can be with many, not just with leaders. It is said that people get defamed, but that's mostly due to their unconscious actions. But you'll see that with a lot of leaders and other people as well. With so many planets that are second from Rahu, this is affecting and creating a loss in financial matters. It can affect relationships and career, like you're unable to move ahead. This can also be due to Saturn being combust until April 22nd. And then after that, work you'll find will come back again if it had slowed down. Many can feel a bit frustrated at this time, but it's normal. This conjunction will happen with Mars and Saturn in Pisces, which is a loss and an ending, and in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, which gives secret information which can cause a conflict because we have Mercury here, which is communication. Wealth can be stolen during some kind of crisis, a death of leaders, and receiving resources in a large quantity can happen, but make sure that you're not betraying the trust of someone else by taking these resources. It's important not to break their trust at this time. So that was the biggest event this month. We'll start off with the moon on April 1st, and I have an entire video about this, but that will be in Virgo. Virgo's health matters, civil servants, daily routines, challenges, obstacles, criticism, having an analytical mind, war, enemies, and repetitive acts. In Hasta, so it's going to bring themes all about the markets. That's why we see them going up and down, having to analyze and crunch numbers and fix problems. And it's also working with the hands, predicting, gambling, timing, and fate. It's a wake-up call for many that must rise to the occasion. That could be in the army as well. And gains can come through social circles. If you are a healthcare worker, for example, or the service industry, military, civil servants, you can gain because there is a Moon Jupiter yoga here, which is a Gaja Kesari yoga, and it gives you the ability to win over enemies, and so does Rahu and Mars in the 6th house. But there's a conflict first. So you have power and authority to do so. You have the wisdom and the good luck to achieve this. It can be positive for finance for some. That's the ones who know to analyze the markets. A lot of other people are going to lose. It's not good for the markets typically unless you have insider information. But we do have Mars, Rahu, and the Ascendant Lord in the 6th house, which can help combat enemies, health issues. And there is a fight. There is a war here. Something has to be fixed. But there's a second chance in career, business, relationships, and you have the ability to overcome it. Death of leaders and endings of their career happen here, and you can turn a loss into a win. On April 13th, the sun will go into Aries. It'll be exalted at this time, so the light comes back, clarity comes back, body gets stronger, and then you can start something new, and you have strength to do it. On April 14th, Saturn will make an exact 6/8 aspect onto K2 in Leo. Now, this is an ongoing theme all month. As it inches closer and closer, it becomes more intense. And this is a loss of a leader, endings for many. Something has to be let go of. So there's a challenge and a transformation, death-like scenarios as well, jobs cuts. It also intensifies explosive events, life and death scenarios, leaders against immigrants, foreign people, and challenges spiritual beliefs. Then we have a new moon on the 17th, and this moon is in Aries. Aries is about independence, doing something new, being active. It's about weapons, it's about aggression and competition. Now, it's in Ashwini. That's trade, that's healing, that's rejuvenation. So now there's an ending and a beginning here. Ashwini is the beginning of the healing of something, but Mars is in the 12th house. So there's something that must be let go of first in order to heal. So there's issues with the subconscious for an individual. And these frustrations can be dealing with real estate agents or selling homes, for example. It shows the manufacturing of weapons and the import and export of them. Lost jobs or buildings collapsing. Many can go to therapists or spiritual counselors at this time. It can show military and soldier training, sports activities that are high risk, problems or losses due to challenges with transportation, paths being locked, your path being locked, or that can be with oil in the oceans, the path being locked. Also links to herbs and gardens and fertilizers, so there could be challenges there. And some can suddenly conceive in a hospital or isolated place. It's good for healing that requires solitude, like meditation or retreats, healing for children and mothers, healing of the body, healing of the mind. Unexpected losses in finance or money can happen. Some jobs can be laid off or have to travel for work, or work now in isolated places by their own efforts. Some may want to be independent, and some relationships may undergo purification or through critical advice which is given. This nakshatra will help bring healing, and that can relate to business and relationships too. Now there's a focus on real estate, homes, restaurants, hotels, and the mentality of the leaders, which is very strong and can be self-serving at this time, or egotistical. Also the entertainment industry and the markets. Losses are possible in oil, and there can be problems getting it, blocked because it's dealing with water. And then on April 20th, Jupiter will transit into Purnarvasu Pada 2 in Taurus Navamsha, and this should help ease the shortages a little bit after. But there can be themes of not getting paid for your services, so watch out for that, or wealth being stolen in the midst of a serious crisis. This can affect the markets and not paying for education, for example, or people thinking they deserve things for free, especially while traveling. April 19th, Venus will go into Taurus from Aries, and it will get a lot better because Venus is in its own sign, and then it's going to go in Rohini after that. So it's about plants, crops, money, agriculture, family. So then things will slowly get better as Venus is in Taurus as well. There's still ups and downs though, but that's just a little bit about what I see. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one.